So after literally years, the Rocko's Modern Life special finally came out on Netflix and not on Nickelodeon. Which the same thing is going to be happening for the Zim special later this month. Rocko's Modern Life was a Nicktoon that I watched quite a lot because they had reruns of it after I got out of school. And while I thought it was funny as a kid, it's actually a lot funnier as an adult because of all those innuendos that they put in the show that I didn't realize they had when I was a kid. And one of my favorite episodes is actually pretty meta about making cartoons. It was one of the first shows I remember making meta commentary like that. And with this special, it does have that same kind of meta commentary. The plot of this special is that Rocko, Heifer, and Filbert, as well as Rocko's dog Spunky, have been stuck in space for 20 years. And then when coming back to Earth, back to their hometown of O-Town, everything has changed a lot. Society and technology has advanced quite a bit, and they play around with that within the first few minutes. But the meat of this special is actually with the Big Head family. Ed Bighead has been living his life just fine without Rocko being around, but then his life suddenly changes completely. The company he works for goes under because of a mistake he made, he's losing his house, and the biggest thing of all is when he reunites with his son, who is now his daughter. I think there's a lot of ways they could have gone with this that would have been terrible, but I think they did it in a very respectful way, without losing the charm of the original show and the original characters. And even though this is a Rocko special, it really is just more about the big heads. There are a lot of really great jokes in the background and characters that you might have missed on a first viewing, but you can tell that the passion is there. Just hearing the voice performances brought me back to when I watched the show originally. And even though the show is a lot crisper with this HD quality, it hasn't lost any of the style. And for a show that is about living with a modern life, it's literally in the title, I think this was one of the best stories they could tell. Because when I heard they were doing a special on Rocko, I thought, what can they make into like an hour? Because I remembered Rocko as being a very episodic show, where not a lot of the episodes really carried over into the other that much, other than like a few things. But I think it made a lot of sense to bring these characters from the 90s into literally the modern day and seeing how they react to it. With a few of them being stuck in space for 20 years, and one of them is just growing older. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that with so much change going on around them. For some people, it can be really overwhelming. But the moral of the special is to embrace change. If you keep fighting the winds of change, you're gonna get blown back. I don't think necessarily that it means that you have to like the change, but that you have to accept it. Change will happen regardless of what you want. And if you continually live in the past, you're going to miss out on what is now. And I think Ralph becoming Rachel and reuniting with her parents is a good example of that. People in the world change, but that shouldn't make you miss out on what is important to you. I think the special was really good. Like I said, the style was just on point, and I loved the voice performances just hearing them again. I think I would have preferred it if it was a little bit longer. I understand why it was 45 minutes because it was like meant for TV to begin with. But since they moved it to Netflix, I think they could have put in a little bit more, but it's kind of iffy with that. And I'm kind of wondering if Nickelodeon put it on Netflix because of the story that it had, and also some of the innuendos they had in the special. If so, then maybe Nickelodeon is still afraid of change. I am glad they were able to make this special, though. Though there is one thing that was kind of at, which was computer animation. It seemed like they were kind of dumping on it a little bit. That's the only thing I was like, what are you saying? Are you saying that 3D is worse than 2D or something? Like, computers are just a tool, they're not the artist. That was really the only thing I wasn't really down with the special. Everything else, though, I liked a lot. So if you have seen the Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling special, tell me what you thought down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take